Welcome to Ceasefire, where civics meet civility and engagement meets empowerment. Ceasefire is hosted by former Boerne ISD trustee and owner of the Boerne Bookshop, Dale Adams, and by former Boerne City Council member and local insurance agent, Ron Cisneros. Ready, aim, ceasefire.
Good morning, Kendall County. This is Ceasefire, brought to you by the Boerne Bookshop. My name is Dale Adams.
And I'm Ron Cisneros.
And today, we're in a new year.
That's right.
That's awesome. And our show today, we're going to be talking about what we're looking forward to in this new year. You have a whole lot of resolutions going?
No, not really. Carryovers from last year, the usual suspects, Every time I get out of the shower and I have to look at that giant mirror, I'm like, golly, that's frightening,
Yeah. Okay.
If I had one of those big mirrors following me around, I need somebody to just follow me around with a mirror. Like when I sit down for lunch at the Hungry Horse and I'll have the pony platter. Or right as I'm about to step into the Richter Bakery, that mirror shows up, and then I'd turn around and I don't need that chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah, I don't want that mirror. But we're not going to talk so much about resolutions. We're going to talk about what's coming up in our new year and what are some of the cool things that are going to happen and what we're looking forward to. I do think there might be a Bucky's coming. Is that something to look forward to or not?
I think it depends on who you ask.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So hopefully I haven't alienated anybody right there.
No. My personal attitude is just embrace change, even if it's uncomfortable, because you just don't know what's on the other end of that. You don't know what it's going to bring. And, as a history lesson here, this town was founded by people that were looking to make changes. There used to be a sanatorium that was here where the library sits now, and the people that promoted that were promoting growth. They were advertising in San Antonio. Back then, it was a different attitude. It was like, if you're from San Antonio, come up here. They sold lots in the flats to finance the railroad. I mean, it was a very different attitude from the attitude today.
Yeah.
So, there are changes that are coming. There's going to be a Costco going up near my neighborhood, and that's going to create some traffic and all that. But, my attitude is, it could be a good thing. It could be a good thing that Costco's cheap gas and Bucky's cheap gas will be just outside my neighborhood, I like Costco. I'm not a big fan of it because I can't go there and spend less than $200. And so that's going to be bad that it's going to be close to my house. But then I don't have to drive into Days of Alla in 10 either, So,
And honestly, every time I see something going up, I think, okay, I could see something going up or I could see something coming down. Mm-hmm. And the alternative to growth is not happy times. It's decline, and that's what I always think about. So
there's a Honda dealership that's going in near my neighborhood too.
Oh yeah. They're already working on that. They've dug holes and putting stuff up. And
they got a giant mountain of dirt that they've moved over there.
I know. Well, at the hospital too, they play with dirt every day there. I think they're massaging it into the exact right shape they need for the hospital.
I should be excited and grateful about a hospital, full-blown hospital coming to this community, and that's an important thing that we need. But I look at that and I'm like, I hope I never get admitted there. I don't want to go there. But a Honda delership, I'm like, I could see a new Accord in the driveway.
Okay. Who's the car guy here?
I will never complain about a car dealership. I'll drive anything. I love cars. That is true. But a hospital, happy for everybody else that needs to go there.
It's good to have it here.
From this summer, this summer is going to be our third year, the start of our third year of Ceasefire.
Wow.
Have you thought about that?
No.
So, that's
amazing.
We're 2.5 years into this, and I remember when we started.
Wait a minute. Are you sure?
Yeah.
No, we're only a year and a half into this.
No, we're in our second year.
We're in our second year. So 1.5 years after we started.
Right. And when we get into the summer, we'll start our third year.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's what I said.
Another way to make me feel old.
Yeah. So when we started this show, Dale and I sat down and I don't even remember the genesis of this, but I think you came to me and said, I want to do a radio show. And I told you, get out of my face or something like that. And then Kat got after me. And then we sat down again and we started writing down some ideas. And we filled out a sheet of paper with some ideas. And I thought, all right, so we're going to have 6 weeks of show. And then what are we going to talk about? And then it was, we got 12 weeks of show. And then it went on and on and on. And I'm happy to report that we got a long list of ideas. So it's pretty amazing. But if you had told me a year and a half ago that we would be talking in January of 2026 about what we're going to talk about in our third year, we're not going that long.
We'd run out of stuff, but new ideas just keep propping up.
Either we'd run out of stuff or Boerne would say, oh my gosh, I got to pull the plug. You're costing me listeners.
No. One thing I always look forward to is Boerne's enthusiasm. He's always been very supportive, enthusiastic.
And we get more of that this year.
Yes, we definitely will.
So, I bring that up because from this show, we got another idea, the Boerne Civic Roundtable, which is basically an extension of this show. And if you don't know what this show is about, we always try and focus our topics on civics, civility, and civic engagement. And we were trying to think about how could we bring that to the political process and get people to start talking about some of those taboo subjects in Boerne or in Kendall County. It could be anything. It could be a bypass. It could be a battery storage plant. It could be a new high school stadium, for example. These are just examples, right? But there are certain issues that you feel almost a sense of apprehension bringing them up.
You're afraid to talk about it.
And you shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And so we thought, well, how can we change it? And so we came up with this idea, and we called it the Boerne Civic Roundtable, and it's a group that's going to get together every other month and host debates for political candidates or host debates on topical, relevant information that's happening in our community. And I'm really looking forward to that.
And we're going to get people with opposing views to discuss things.
In a very civil way.
In a very civil way.
Yeah.
And you'll be in charge of that.
No.
It's a group effort, yes.
What we agreed to do is we said that I would be president. I would preside over the meeting, but we need a sergeant at arms. And so that's you. You're going to handle the civility side.
Well, okay.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to that, too. Yeah, you're going to be the bouncer.
That's not my role. Everybody will be good. This is Boerne. People behave, and they're so civil. And it's like with my bookstore. I have great customers. People here are just great. People don't cause problems for the most part. It's pretty good. One thing I am looking forward to is figuring out how to make my bookstore run nice and smoothly. And that's something I'm always working on. And I get there in small steps. I hire people that take over different processes, and then I can sort of let it go and not worry about it. And I've got great employees that take over different arenas like authors or newsletters or whatever, and they run with it. And the more I can do that with my store, the better, because I go into new areas. Like we're doing book fairs at the schools, and we're going to do some little pop-ups in different places. But it's not something that I can do myself. So it's great to have these employees that I can just sort of say, hey, here's a project for you, and they take it and they run with it. So I'm looking forward to more of that.
Dale, on a side note, the best asset in your bookstore are not the thousands of books that you have, but it's the people that you have working for you. I love to go in there and talk to Jason. He's got a great laugh. It's the kind of laugh that makes you, like even if you don't want to laugh, you're going to giggle at the very least, because he just has that infectious laugh. Adrian's smile. You can go in there grumpy. You're not going to go out grumpy.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got some great, wonderful people working for you. And
well, thank you.
I hope that continues through this year, and that that those people stay with you. Paul, I don't want to forget to mention Paul. He's
a font of knowledge.
He is. Yeah, he's an incredible wealth of knowledge. Yeah. He's the go-to guy when you need information on history. In fact, he gave me some information for our previous show, our Christmas Truth show. Professionally, we had a great year last year, Kat and I did. I see more growth on the horizon for us professionally, and I'm looking forward to that. A little unusual this year in that a lot of our business growth came from Kendall County. I'm usually spread out all over South Central Texas, and so do some time in the Valley, some time out in West Texas. So it was a little different this past year, and I enjoyed that, and I'm looking forward to more of that this year.
Yeah, that's neat.
Working more in my home base.
Cool. One thing I'm looking forward to, and we talked about this a little bit on the last show, is a Christmas parade this coming Christmas, including both Democrats and Republicans. We talked about it last time, and it's just been going around my head, and I'm like, wow, that would be just so cool to have a Christmas truce and have a parade of our two main political parties just being together. I think that'd be cool.
That would be cool, but I've got a backup idea. If they say no, it will be a Christmas cage match.
Oh. Well, that could be something to look forward to. I'm not so sure, though.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I know. But the threat might encourage them to get on the float.
Yeah, be nice to each other. Or
that's right.
You go into the cage.
Yeah. Don't make Grandpa go there, man.
Oh, you know what? Let's take a break.
Okay. This is Ceasefire with Dale and Ron. We can take a quick break, and we'll be back soon. Boerne has its own bookshop. In fact, it's called the Boerne Bookshop. Hi, I'm Dale Adams, inviting you to get lost. Get lost in a good book in our relaxed and casual atmosphere. We have a wide and eclectic selection in the Boerne Bookshop, and we pride ourselves on finding what you're looking for. We do author meet and greets, host writing workshops, and can connect you with a good book club. And your young ones will absolutely love our kids section at the Boerne Bookshop. And while we want you to get lost, we're easy to find, as we're in the heart of Boerne at the back of the Richter Tavern building. We are the Boerne Bookshop. Welcome back to Ceasefire with Dale and Ron, and we are talking about what we're looking forward to in the coming year.
Yeah.
And what do you got for me?
Well, I was going to tell you that this year I'm going to work better at paying attention to Boerne when he gives me the hand signals that it's break time. That means it's break time. We got to pay some bills.
Yeah.
Don't ignore Boerne during the show. That's my New Year's resolution.
Maybe if we put a mirror right there, then I could see Boerne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Boerne, I've actually started talking to Boerne last year about an idea that I have for another show.
I'm looking forward to this.
I don't know if it's going to work, but I have this idea of doing a show on music, like a weekly show, kind of like this show, about a half hour, and highlight a lot of my favorite music, indie, alternative, underground, just some offbeat stuff that you might not normally hear on Boerne radio.
Yeah. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
You know what? That reminds me. Have you heard of this? What is this music age that Spotify has now? And it'll tell you by your music listening how old you are, your music age.
Oh, yes.
What's yours?
Gosh. It put me in, I think it's 68.
Really? I would have picked it. I would have figured it'd be a lot younger because you do all this sort of newish stuff.
I would have thought so too. But when you get your year in review on Spotify, which I got last month, it gave me my music age at 68, which is weird because my Boerne's showing us this. Oh my gosh, Boerne, you are a dinosaur.
I love that thing.
Wow. So just for the listening audience, Boerne's music age is 77. Holy smokes. Wow.
Bing Crosby rocks.
Yeah, there you go. He brings down the house, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So Spotify will give you your top 5 genres. Yeah. And my first was indie. Second was, I think, alternative. Third was album-oriented rock. And so, but I thought just based on those first two that my musical age would be somewhere in the, like mid-20s or something like that. And it's a little too much Led Zeppelin and Beatles in there. I don't know what it is, but yeah.
Interesting. I don't do any of the Spotify or anything like that. I listen to the radio.
Which radio do you listen to?
Boerne Radio.
There you go.
But I thought kind of a neat idea to do that, label themselves or to pigeonhole themselves or to want to make themselves younger. And so they're going to listen to younger music or older music or whatever. And it'll start driving people in different directions rather than just enjoying the music that they enjoy. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think too much of it because I think it's kind of weird. But it's a cute idea.
Yeah. It's interesting that you say that because every year when I get that year in review, I question some of the things that I see on there. Like, did I really listen to that particular song 54 times or something like that? It just seems odd to me. And there's very little carryover. I mean, there are some songs that'll carry over from one year to the next. But after the second year of that song repeating, showing up there in that top played list, it disappears altogether. And I'm like, yeah, that's not right because there are some songs that I will always listen to.
So when it moves those songs in and out of your list, are you doing that or Spotify doing that?
It's Spotify's doing that. They're saying this is what you listen to. This is your top music for 2025.
So they're telling you what kind of music you listen to.
Oh, they're programming me.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Okay.
I'll tell you what I'm looking forward to. I love the food scene in Boerne. I absolutely love the food scene in Boerne. And you can be anti-change and anti-growth, but I don't know anybody complaining about the variety of restaurants that we have now. I do. Well, I haven't been to the replacement for Peggy's yet, but I'm going to miss Peggy's, but I think we still have a lot of great restaurants here.
I'm looking forward to our first Indian restaurant. I don't know if there's one coming, but I really wish there was.
Oh, man.
Yes, I'd love to have an Indian restaurant in Boerne, man. That'd be awesome.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Someday it'll happen. Sure.
I need Japanese food in Boerne, too.
Yeah?
Yeah, okay. I like Japanese food.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not too far. You can go up to Kerrville, and then there's a place that I like to go to down in Leon Springs. I think we'll get Indian food in Boerne before we get Japanese food.
Probably. Another thing I'm looking forward to, my daughter graduates.
All right.
This coming summer, and so all my kids will be out of school. That'll be awesome. Now, of course, they're all moving away, but they come back for Christmas and whatnot, which is great. And maybe they'll, I don't know, maybe some will move back someday. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it'll be nice to have them all launched. It'll be cool.
My granddaughter will turn 2 on June 1st, so I'm looking forward to that.
That's cool.
I would love for my daughter or my son to give me a call and say, hey,
no hints here.
Expect another one, Dad, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Well,
I'm trying to encourage, do that thing without being a pest.
Yeah.
But I like being a granddad.
Well,
I really
consider
do.
yourself lucky.
I do.
I would love to be a granddad. No hints there.
Well, it's a wonderful feeling, and I know I'm probably preaching to the choir here because a lot of people in Kendall County have that privilege and honor, but it defies expectations. I thought I knew what it was going to be, and it's way beyond that. It's so cool, and I can't wait. For those that don't know, my granddaughter was born on my mom's birthday. Yeah. My daughter was ready to pop her out like a week before, and I was like, no, hang on, Ellie, hang on. Get your Wella's birthday, and she did.
Yeah,
so
that's cool.
I look forward to that.
Yeah.
And my dad, he's going to be 82 in March.
Wow, that's a great grandfather. That's so cool.
Yeah, I think that's cool too. So I'm looking forward to another year with my dad. He's in great health. I think I'm really blessed to have a dad like I have who's in great health, takes care of himself, and he's shaped himself to be a true patriarch of a family. I mean, he didn't just raise me and my brother and my sister, but he played a role in my children and my sister's children, and he is involved in my granddaughter's life as well. Wow. I'm looking forward to having him another year on this earth.
I tell you, one thing that I always look forward to is just children. I think children are the best thing in the world, and everybody should have them. And I tell you, with my store, I see the young kids again, little babies, the toddlers, they come in. It's just awesome. Okay, some of them run around and scream, but I still love it. Yeah. Children are just the most wonderful thing out there, and I just love seeing them all. I just think it's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's just really great.
When Kat and I were, this is going back 3 years now, when we were looking for our new home, we wanted a neighborhood with kids. We didn't want to be in a neighborhood that didn't have children. And so that was one of the big attractions to Regent Park, was that it was full of young families. And sometimes we kind of stand out because we'll sit out there in front of our home and you can see all of the other neighbors coming together with their kids, and we're kind of the old people already. Not yet. And there's still time for me to grow into that. I'm not the guy out there with the ruler measuring people's grass or anything like that. No. I mind my own business. But it's nice to pull into that neighborhood and have to drive slow, because you don't know when a kid's going to dart out on a bike or a little big wheel or something like that. And it's not a disruption or a slowdown. In my mind, it's a blessing to be around families and be around young children. It's a wonderful thing.
Do you actually see big wheels in your neighborhood?
No, I just demonstrated my age there.
I'd love to see a big wheel roll around somewhere.
I don't remember. I can't remember the last time I seen a big wheel, and I don't even know if they make them anymore.
He's going to need one, though.
Yeah, if I can find one. Do you remember in the late 70s, early 80s, there was a big wheel competitor called I think it was the Big Green Machine, and it had a little handbrake on the back that you could pull, and it would do a little a little spin. Do you remember that at all?
Not really.
Yeah,
I remember the name.
You remember that, Boerne?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet that must have hurt some kids, because they got rid of that thing like 2 years later. You couldn't find it anymore,
Yeah, lawsuits change toys too.
But instead of that, I'm going to bring up a book. It's sort of a New Year kind of book. It's called The Power of Habit. Why we do what we do in life and business. And it's all about how important habits are and how they drive how we accomplish things or don't accomplish things, and how we can tweak them and change them and say, you know what, I want to do something new, so I'm going to change this particular habit. I'm a big fan of seeking to change habits, because I think that's the driving force behind our success and getting things done in our relationships. And so it's a great book. We have it at the Boerne Bookshop.
Speaking of habits, really didn't want to talk about resolutions on the show today. I just want to talk about changes that were coming that we were looking forward to. But I do want to tell you about one that I've been thinking about since I started school in January of last year, and that is the idea of actually getting to work on my projects on Monday and Tuesday and turning them in on Thursday or Friday, instead of doing them on Sunday when they're due Sunday at midnight.
Yeah.
That would be a nice habit to break and develop this habit of my work early. Probably not going to happen.
Yeah, that would be nice, though.
I'm just telling you right now, it's probably not going to happen, but it sure is nice to think about.
You know something I'm looking forward to? I just heard this the other day, is that the old City Hall, which used to be a school, is going to be a school again.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
I think that is so neat. It's a Christian school, private school.
Crestmont.
And I think that's really neat. It'll be cool. It's going to be a lot of work. That building needs a lot of work, but that's cool. Sort of full circle kind of thing there. I love seeing new businesses crop up. Just seeing a business that opens up, and the enthusiasm of the owner, that they're doing something new in their life and all kinds of new things that they're doing, they're bringing to our community. I think it's awesome.
Yeah. I like when new people move into the community, and some people may not agree with me, but that's all right. I've always looked at that as an opportunity to make new friends, an opportunity to have influence with somebody, right? And to be influenced by that. One of my neighbors is not from Texas, not Texas born. And I'm going to keep his name out of this because I don't want to embarrass him or anything like that or cause him any grief. But he is a major asset to this community now. He's very well known. A lot of people love him. He is a very lovable man. He and his wife both have 2 great children, and like I said, not from Texas. Been here, I think, a little over 3 years now, and has just become a tremendous asset. And I think we lose sight of that sometimes. We get angsty about the growth, and it's like, I'm not going to let that bother me. I'm going to embrace it. So I'm looking forward to meeting new people this year and making new friendships and seeing my Rotary Club grow and seeing the listenership on this radio program grow as well.
Yeah.
I hope Boerne has a tremendous year.
I'm looking forward to that.
I hope Boerne Radio grows by leaps and bounds.
I think it will. In fact, they got a new tower, right?
We're working on it.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that.
You know what would really make it grow is a new show on alternative and indie music, but what do I know?
You'll have to slot that for when people that like that music listen to music, like, 2 a.m. or something like that.
Well, my original idea to Boerne was a show that would start at 11 p.m. and end at 1 a.m., sort of like
2 hours. Wow.
Yeah, like MTV's 120 Minutes. Wait,
yeah,
see,
yeah.
now I'm dating myself again. It's just like the big
You
wheel.
know who would listen to? The people that are working overnights at the new hospital.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But then Boerne said, it's a lot of work to do a 1 hour show. And he said it's going to be like 5 hours. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know. Yeah, so now it's a half-hour show. I mean, Boerne makes it look so easy. Look at him there.
It seems like it all just happens.
Yeah.
Right?
We fooled him again.
Yeah. Well, I think that wraps it up for our New Year's show, and I hope everybody has a wonderful year and has lots that they're looking forward to. And if you miss any of our show, you can always go to BoerneRadio.com and listen to this show or any of the other ones. And we'll see you next week.